Alright, so this is going to be a submission video for SGDQ 2019 for the Wind Waker Randomizer as a race between me and Linkus7, or Linkus7 and I, is proper grammar. I think, I don't know. Anyway, so in the Wind Waker Randomizer, the game has been greatly opened up so that we can access pretty much anything right at the beginning. All the cutscenes have been taken away, and we have the swift sail in this patched version of the game so that we can very quickly sail around the ocean to get to where we want to check certain locations. So I've readied up now, I'm just waiting for Linkus to ready up. We'll be going more in depth as the randomizer race goes on. The basic premise of what we want to do, at least for like an any % run of this randomizer, is we want to complete the Triforce, and we want to get the fully powered up Master Sword and the light arrows. So in total there are 10 items that we pretty much absolutely need to get to the end of the game, or at least to get down into Hyrule and be able to defeat Puppet Ganon. And then to get to the Ganondorf fight, we technically need the grapple hook and the hook shot also. We do start out with 4 pieces of the Triforce. The 4 pieces that we're missing are going to be incentivized as dungeon rewards in the game. So in the game there are 6 dungeons that we normally go to, but with this specific set of rules for the randomizer, there are only going to be 4 dungeons that we go to, and we're going to know which 4 dungeons those are whenever we warp somewhere with the map screen, because those dungeons will be highlighted on the overworld. So we know which dungeons we want to go into like right when the race starts, so that immediately eliminates 2 of the other dungeons which aren't going to have anything in them. But as far as the other progress items go, like, you know, the bow and arrow, the Master Sword upgrades, or like, I don't know, the Deku Leaf, Boomerang, Grapple Hook, that kind of stuff, those could be anywhere within the item pool and the chests that are included in this. So we don't include all the chests in this game, because in total there are about 300 locations that we can get an item from, but only 119 of those locations could possibly have progression items, which are items that are required to beat the randomizer. The other locations are only guaranteed to have things like heart pieces and rupees and stuff that we probably won't be needing, so we'll not be checking any of those locations that aren't necessary. But those locations aren't usually very exciting. They're things like salvaging up a treasure on each of the 49 quadrants, or making a chest appear on a platform and opening it up, or like Great Fairy rewards and stuff like that. So what we've sort of narrowed the field down to are the dungeons, free gifts that we can get from people on like Windfall Island and stuff, short side quests, mail, and I believe that's it. Oh, and puzzle secret caves also. So the map that I have here on the left side of the screen, it's actually a tracker that shows me what I'm allowed to get. So if I go onto Windfall Island here, we can see that all of these blue locations are things that the game logically believes I can get. Now, using glitches, I can break the logic of the game and potentially get things that I normally won't get. I'll actually be starting off the randomizer doing that by getting some chests that I shouldn't be able to get with a very nifty glitch called chest storage, but we'll get to that when Linkus readies up, and oh, he just readied up, excellent. Alright, so we will be starting here in the next 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alright. So we're off. And the Wind Waker Randomizer also supports custom models, so I'm playing as Cheerleader Link that someone else made in this snazzy blue outfit. So which dungeons we got? Okay, so we have Wind Temple, Tower of the Gods, Dragon Roost Cavern, and Forbidden Woods. Okay, that's a good set of dungeons. So this means that, since I won't be going into Earth Temple, the Mirror Shield won't necessarily be required, so probably won't have to look out for that, thankfully. I could just end up getting it randomly. There is one puzzle secret cave that the Mirror Shield is required for that we could still need to go into on the overworld. So I'm going to start off by going to Cliff Plateau Isles here. Normally I can only get 1 chest here, but with the use of chest storage, I can actually get the second one that's here also. So the first chest is in here. If I open up Cliff Plateau here, we can see that the cave highlighted in blue is the only one that I can get. So now I'm going to do a glitch called storage. It's very complex, but essentially I can store certain events that are in the game now after doing that technique known as a Wind Waker dive and canceling the Wind Waker at a specific time while doing it. So with that, I'm going to get over to the chest that's over here. It's surrounded by a bunch of tentacles, so I'm going to need to get into this Baba Bud and climb up here, and then eventually drop down into the circle of tentacles to actually access the chest. Normally, to get over to the second chest, which we go through that warp point for, we would need the Deku Leaf or some way of at least flying over there. Also, I was not supposed to jump there, so let's try that again. The fastest way to do this is to just hang down on the ledge, which I can do by letting go of the control stick at the right time. There we go. Alright, so I've opened the chest, and now I have chest storage, which means I can climb up really steep things. Okay, that's actually really bad. Okay, I'm actually going to reset now, because if I void out there, that means that I am not able to store the chest again. So I have to restart now, yay! Alright, rip 2 minutes for me. That's not something that's ever happened to me before. I've always been able to make it up onto the platform there. I've seen that happen to other people, though, so I guess I should have been expecting it to happen to me at some point. But it's still possible for me to win, if I have good execution throughout the rest of the randomizer and end up choosing most of the right locations. Because you can sort of tell what the game might want you to do based upon what items that you actually get. Although, actually, I could have checked to see if I got, like, the Deku Leaf or something. Yeah, because if I'd gotten the Deku Leaf, I would have been able to get up and out to the island anyway. Oh well. Most likely, I didn't get the Deku Leaf from that chest, though. I guess it's kind of ironic that that's never happened before, because that's usually something that gets reserved for actual GDQ runs. That was a bad jump. Let's try that again. There we go. Storage is a bit awkward right here due to how the platform is moving. When we cancel the Wind Waker, we need to do it with respect to a certain point before Link hits the ground. So if the ground is moving, that can slightly change the timing of when we cancel the Wind Waker right there. Here we go again. So Link's hitbox is really small. We're going to climb up here. And we're actually going to jump in here this time. There we go. Alright. So we got the cave chest. I can check what it is now if I go to my inventory screen. Okay, it was a bottle. Now I'm going to use chest storage again right here, which means I first have to get storage. This storage spot is really awkward for some reason. There we go. Nice. That is not how I wanted it to be. Alright. Open up this. So now we have the chest storage again, which means that my hitbox is really small and I can squeeze through cracks in the game's geometry. So the next geometry I'm going to squeeze through is the geometry over here at Bird's Peak Rock. Now, normally to get inside Bird's Peak Rock, we'd need the bait bag or the grapple hook. There's a very easy glitch we can do to get into Bird's Peak Rock with the grapple hook. But with chest storage, we can also get in because there's essentially a set of, or there's like an iron gate that the game tries to block us with. I can't normally climb ledges with chest storage from below them, so I have to do that weird technique to get up here. But then using the chest storage, I can simply get in. And Link normally does not jump over those holes, so that was also weird. Alright, so now I can check which item I may have potentially gotten. Okay, it doesn't look like I got anything. From the outer chest on Cliff Plateau Isles. Again, though, its main purpose was to use chest storage to get into Bird's Peak Rock right here. Hopefully I'll get something useful from this chest. Such as the Hero's Bow. Excellent. Alright. Oops. Hero's Bow is a very important item to have. It's also going to greatly speed up Dragon Roost Cavern for me, excuse me. Assuming that I can get a small key when I want to. Alright, so the next big place we want to go to is Windfall Islands, because there are lots of checks that we can do on Windfall. Since Windfall is sort of like a central hub area for the game, there's lots of little side quests that we can do. I am also going to need to eventually find the 3 Goddess Pearls in this game. Din's Pearl, Ferori's Pearl, and Nayru's Pearl, which, since this is randomizer, they could appear anywhere. Because I need those to access the Tower of the Gods. Okay. So the first side quest we're going to activate is the sort of hide-and-seek quest with the kids of Miss Mary's class. We get a reward from them after playing hide-and-seek with them, and we also get a reward from Miss Mary by making them more disciplined by playing hide-and-seek somehow. Okay, so we're going to start the hide-and-seek, but we're actually going to be finishing it, like, last. We're going to sort of do other quests while we're doing the hide-and-seek, just because it makes out for better routing on Windfall Island. Also, these kids survive jumps from dangerously high locations. I don't know how they do it. Video game logic, I suppose. Ouch. Okay, so in this house we can get a letter from Maggie. She has a lover in the Forsaken Fortress, Mo the Moblin. So she's going to... Normally she gives us his letter, but this time she gave us a Triforce chart, and that's actually not useful. So we will be ignoring that. Also, since I don't have to do Dragon Roost Cavern, or no, excuse me, I don't have to do, what is it, Forsaken Fortress and Earth Temple, I'm going to just instantly mark off all of those locations so I don't have to worry about them. So if we go to Earth Temple, I can mark all these off. In between cutscenes, at least. Or in between gameplay, I should say. Get back here, you. Trying to catch Ivan right there is awkward just due to the fact that you could very easily talk to Anton. Okay, and Forsaken Fortress. Alright. So now we're going to free Tingle. He has 2 rewards that he can give us, which fall under the free gifts category. Alright, excellent, the Deku Leaf. Deku Leaf's a very important item for doing lots of stuff in the randomizer. It also means that I could go to Forbidden Woods now and get through a pretty sizable portion of it, and the hookshot. Thank you very much. The hookshot is mostly used for Wind Temple, but it's also used to get onto Diamond Step Isle, which I usually find has something of importance, so I'll probably be going there after I do my general Windfall stuff. And go to Paw Print Isle, which is just east of Windfall. So this is Tot. He normally teaches us the Song of Passing. We actually start this run with the Song of Passing, as well as the Wind's Requiem and Ballad of Gales. Ooh, okay, bombs. Lots of good stuff here. So bombs also open up a piece of mail that we can get. Normally when we get bombs in-game, Beetle sends us a letter saying that he now sells bombs, conveniently once we get them, because that's how video games work. So that'll be a piece of mail that we can check. We'll also get various mail from collecting other sorts of objects and items. Like when we get Ferori's Pearl, that gives us a piece of mail. When we mail certain pieces of mail, that gives us another piece of mail. But to mail things, we need the delivery bag. So just simply getting letters like the note to Mom or Mo's letter doesn't mean that we can, like, just start mailing them right away. Alright. Now we're finishing up our hide and seek here. There is one more check I can do on Windfall right now for Miele. Alright, speaking of the liver bag. But I'm not going to do Miele right now because she takes quite a while to do. Because I have to change it to nighttime and then I have to wait for her to essentially walk around the entire island. So it takes a bit. I probably would have done it if I got the second arrow progression upgrade, which gives me the fire and ice arrows, because there are some extra Windfall quests that I can do with that. But I didn't get the fire and ice arrows, so I'm not going to be doing that. Unless, well, okay, I'm going to check the mail right now, and if the mail gives me fire and ice arrows, then I will stay on Windfall for a little bit longer. I'm also going to get the flower from Zunari here. If I trade this flower twice for the exotic flower, then Zunari will give me an item. So this item right here is not randomized, this is always the town flower, but that's because obviously we need it for the side quest. Alright, so mailbox is shaking, dancing around, that means that we have mail. So, letter advertising bombs in Beetle's shop. And a red rupee, alright. You will typically find quite a bit of, like, rupees in the randomizer, simply because there are lots of sunken treasure in the game. Or there's a lot of sunken treasure in the game. Which typically has, like, heart pieces and rupees and stuff, so we will most likely be seeing our fair share of silver and orange rupees, along with others. Alright, so this is one of the only overworld locations that actively gives us something. This is the Salvage Corp gift. Ah, excellent, Rory's Pearl. That actually gives us another piece of mail. I will be checking that... Actually... No, yeah, I'll be checking that afterwards. Also, I accidentally talked to the Salvage Corp again. Hi. Alright. So this is Paw Print Isle. There are 3 things we can do. Or not 3 things, but there are 3 chests that we can get on Paw Print Isle. Which are down here. They're fairly quick checks, so this is usually the place that we come to after Windfall. There's one location here that I can't get, unless I have the Grapple Hook, but I do not have the Grapple Hook. So I can't get the Scale the Wall chest that's listed here. Ah, Mirror Shield. That is not very useful. Unless the game wants me to go to the one secret puzzle cave, which requires the Mirror Shields. More rupees. Okay. It's kind of funny how you can tell that what you may get from a chest may or may not be useful, depending on the sound that the chest makes. Now we're going to do a save warp to get out of Paw Print Isle. Save warping is always faster than death warping in this game, so we're not going to be seeing any death warps. I will be checking the mail now. I considered checking the mail beforehand, because if the mail miraculously had the grapple hook, it would have been faster to check the mail first. Where's the mailbox? There it is. Let's get down there. Alright. So this is going to be the letter from Komale's father. What do we have? Okay, Beetle's chart. That is not useful. So now I have to go all the way around to the King of Red Lions again. So it probably would have been faster to check this before I go to Dragon Roost Cavern, which I'm going to go to next. So we'll warp to Dragon Roost Island and do that. As far as options for going to the dungeons go, I can only go into Dragon Roost Cavern or Forbidden Woods right now. Technically, the game doesn't believe I can go into Forbidden Woods because logically that requires the grapple hook, but there's a very easy way to circumvent that requirement normally. Okay, so using the hook shot, we can grab up onto here. Actually, okay, yeah, I'll do that later. Actually, no, I forgot. I'm not going to do this now. There are actually some other locations that I want to go to first, which I can actually sort of knock out right after each other. I'm actually going to go and save Grandma next because I have the bottle. So I'll first be going to Mother and Child Isles here. Also, I need to mark that I actually got the bottle. That would be useful. Because Mother and Child Isles has these fairies that we can pick up to heal Grandma with. Grandma's also one of the other character models we can play as in this game. Also, there is a chest right here, but it's not in the item pool, so we're not going to get it. I feel like it should be, but it's whatever. Okay. Alright, so... yeah, as far as overworld locations go, after Outset, I'm going to go to Diamond Step, which is just northwest of Outset, so that's why healing Grandma right now is a decent decision. Of course, it could turn out that this is all not useful at all, but I tend to find that there would be a pretty good chance for me to get something useful if I heal Grandma and go to Diamond Step right afterwards. Alright. So Grandma's going to give us the Elixir Soup. That is not randomized because the Elixir Soup is very useful for the randomizer, especially once we're going to be flying around with the leaf a lot. But Grandma also gives us a piece of mail afterwards, which is the randomized thing that she represents. But we do have to play the Song of Passing to change it to nighttime before we do that. So we'll be going out here and then playing the Song of Passing. We do have to specifically change it from day to night. If it was night and we changed it to daytime, then we still wouldn't get the letter. So, if that was the case, I would have had to play the Song of Passing twice. Alright. What does Grandma have in store for us today? Oh, okay, a wallet upgrade. I guess I'm playing the Song of Passing again. The wallet upgrade gives us another piece of mail. So... it's interesting dependency right there. But yeah, because once we have this wallet, we can then suddenly buy stuff from the expensive ship in Beetle's Rockspire shop, which isn't in the item pool, so the only thing that's useful about getting the wallet upgrade is doing this. The bait bag. Okay, so that's the dependency for what would normally get us into, what is it, Bird's Peak Rock. Where's the hook shot? Actually, I want to check. Okay, no. It just occurred to me that I could have gotten a piece of mail from the chest that I stored on Cliff Plateau Isles that didn't seem to give me anything. Because you can get pieces of mail before you get the delivery bag, but you just can't access them in the inventory. But you'll be able to have access to them once you get the delivery bag, so that's why I checked for that. Alright, so there's some interesting stuff that we can do in Diamond Step. There's 2 chests that are in here, which I can bring up. And it is technically possible to get here without the hook shot, but it's not usually something that I do. So we're also going to be putting the leaf in the bombs right here. There's an interesting clip that we can do here, which we call a push clip. So if we stand at the right position and place a bomb behind us, we can get pushed up here and then instantly just hookshot this chest if I can get it in time. Or not. You are on a timer since the bomb does explode like that. Thankfully the visual cue for this isn't very difficult. There we go. And then the next chest that we can get in here, we can get simply by using the leaf to get over here. Hopefully this contains something useful, because both Grandma and that first chest weren't useful, so hopefully there's like a pearl in here or something. A Bokobaba seed, of course. Alright, so that was completely useless to do. Although I do have soup now, so that could potentially be useful down the line. Thankfully, we can use our soup an infinite amount of times thanks to a glitch known as Soup Glitch. If we use our soup on the same frame that we pause the game and then swap our soup out with a different item, we can actually essentially just use the soup without having it deplete in our bottle. So that's very useful for the randomizer also. Alright, anyway, back to Dragon Roost Island. So the overworld locations that I can go to now are the Mirror Shield, the Puzzle Secret Cave, and Bomb Isle. Bomb Isle takes a while to do. It's probably one of the slowest overworld checks, actually. So if we don't have to do it, we don't really want to do it. but we may end up having to do it. Also, use the shot again here. Alright, so we don't have to talk to anyone. Dragon Roost Cavern is just open right now. I could have used the leaf to cross here, but I would have had to wait a little bit. Much more efficient to do it like this. Also, I the bombs, not the hook shot. Can use the leaf now, though, to get over that lava gap. Alright, now this first room of Dragon Roost Cavern is interesting because in the tournament settings, it pretty much always has a small key. There's not really anything else it can have because small keys are only randomized within the dungeons they're in. Otherwise, you'd have to like search the entire overworld just to get some small keys, which obviously is not very fun. That sort of mode is called key sanity. And that's not what we're doing here because it greatly will increase the time that the randomizer takes. Ouch. Okay. I'll have to watch this small cutscene. So, since we have the bow, we can actually do some very interesting strategies in Dragon Roost right here. After getting rid of this rock, there's this giant platform which has ropes at the top of this room, and using the bow, we can actually cut down those ropes right here. Okay, so that's the first one. And then if I position myself right here, aim up just like this. Looks like I'm a little bit too far to the right, so I just need to inch over a little bit. This aiming is pretty precise. Okay, there's the second one, and then the third one. I just need to get right here. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep, okay, there we go. So platform's fallen. And so now once I go around and collect these chests, I can then take the platform to the top of Dragon Roost Cavern. Oh no. Alright, yeah. Didn't place that bomb quite correctly. The chews are freaking out though. It's interesting. Okay. Alright, good. We got one small key. This one small key is actually very good. Because this is going to allow us to go through the entirety of Dragon Roost Cavern without actually having to use any small keys for the most part. Alright, so we'll see what's in this chest right here. The compass. Alright, that's not very useful. One addition to the randomizer that's not in the base game are these additional warp pots. So this first one's right here. These warp pots will allow us to, what's the word? Warp between different dungeons. So these dungeons are sort of set up as pairs of three, I guess you could say. So Tower of the Gods, Forbidden Woods, and Dragon Roost Cavern are all one set, and then Earth Temple, Wind Temple, and Forsaken Fortress are the other set. So when I get to Wind Temple, I'm not going to need to open that up because there's no chance of it, or there's no chance of me needing to warp between temples when I get to Wind Temple. I'm going to be getting this, well, if I could go up on the platform, I'm going to need to get the other water jug now. By defeating the Bokoblins in this room, it's going to spawn the other chest, which we can see on the map right here. Did that platform not sink? Wow, okay. I for sure thought the platform was going to sink in. Yeah, there we go. Now it's sinking. Alright, let's try this again, except let's not fall off this time. Wondering if it actually would have been faster to void out in that situation. Alright, goodbye. Hello. Stop backing up. Alright. So this is the under rope bridge chest. So it's that one right there. So technically I am breaking the game's logic by doing this. Ooh, the Moblin's letter. I will be mailing that when I get the chance. Okay, so this is the reason that we wanted... hello. Well then, I was not meaning to roll there. Execution hasn't been too great so far this run, it seems, which is unfortunate. So let's try that again. And let's not roll right here. There we go. Okay. So I'm actually going to go through some of the rest of this dungeon backwards and then make my way back up once I get the chance. Hello. There we go. Good bomb. Alright, so this is the dark room. I need 50 rupees. Because I only have one small key, I can actually go through these locked doors from the back without wasting my small key. That is a heart piece. I should have realized what that was and just not collected it, but oh well. Alright, so there are 3 more chests that I can get. I'm guessing that at least 2 of these chests are gonna be small keys. We'll just have to see. Ah, okay, Din's Pearl. Excellent. Alright, so this right here. Just blow up with a bomb. If this chest is not a small key, then the other one definitely is, but... Okay, yeah, so, let's see. That should be it for that. I'm pretty sure this last chest can't be a small key that I can get. Or, excuse me, it has to be a small key is what I mean. The chest across the lava pit. So I should have actually opened up the warp pod when I went up there, but that's okay. Save warping will actually give us some magic back. Or wait, no, now that I'm thinking about it, I have 2 I used once. There's only 1 left, actually, so I was wrong about that. So I'll use one of my small keys to get in here. It's likely that this is a small key, but there's technically not a guarantee of that, so I'm going to check it anyway. Oh, okay, yeah, so I was right. It's the big key. Although I could have also skipped that, so that's not too big of an issue. Right, because there's only 1 more chest that I technically don't have access to right now. That being the boss key, or excuse me, the big key chest. Bad keys. Okay. So now we'll go to the rest of the dungeon. Hopefully we'll find more useful things. I'm gonna try to lure these 2 bokoblins over here. I'm going to need one of their sticks. Where did the sticks go? There's one over there. Side hop jump slash to avoid climbing. And then we can just throw the stick to the other torch. So this is the pot room chest. More pieces of heart. Alright, so I still don't have the grapple hook. This means that I will not be able to beat the boss of this dungeon, which is why I initially opened up the warp pod at the beginning. Do not push me in. Okay. I will be opening up this warp pod, though. I'm actually going to use this bomb flower to blow up this rock, and then blow up this rock also, so I only have to watch a single cutscene. And then we're going to get these chests. I could have used, actually, the hook shot to get across here. So, left and right. Okay, that's the map. So I found all of the 3 requirements for the... Or not requirements for the dungeon, but, I found the compass, the boss, the big key, as it's called in Wind Waker, and the, let's restart that. The compass, the dungeon map, and the big key. I found all of those. So that means that I will likely have to check everything else except the big key chest, because I know that that one has a small key. Which means that the game expected me to have the grapple hook before I came here, which means that there's only a few locations that I could have possibly gotten the grapple hook before here. So that's interesting. Unless this, well no, this right here can't have the grapple hook because I'm out of logic. Alright. So I will be having to leave Drakenr's Cavern here. Oh wait, no, this could potentially have the grapple hook. Come on. My aim is bad. Alright. I forgot to mark off the small keys here. Oh, it's still not in logic. Oh well. Okay, yeah, so it's not anything useful. So it seems like, aside from Din's Pearl, we didn't find much in here. That's okay, though. Alright, so we'll leave Dragoner's Cavern for now. Let's see, so there are 3 things we can do on Windfall. Oh, that's right, I found the Moblin's letter. I forgot about that, because Maggie's reward is now something I can do. Should I stock up on the exotic flower? I guess I should, just to be safe. So I'm gonna go to... Actually, wait, how many rupees do I have? Oh, no, I should have enough rupees. Yeah. Alright, I'm also gonna mail the letter, though. This won't take very long. Since I can use the hook shot. Take my letter. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, I forgot. I'm supposed to give that to Maggie. It's the other letter that I'm supposed to mail. Right. Okay. Still gonna go to Greatfish first, though, because I have enough money. So it's Maggie's letter that I mail. I usually don't make this many logical mistakes, but I guess when I'm speaking about everything... I don't know, maybe that confuses me or something. I don't know. Anyway. So, by trading twice with the Greatfish Goron, I can get the exotic flower. Which will then give me the ability to get the reward from Zunari. I have to talk to him first. Only once. There we go. Alright, so first one's 20 rupees for the sea flower, and then it's 25 rupees to exchange for the exotic flower. Alright. So if I don't find the grapple hook, or I guess another one of the pearls, actually, because that could open up the Tower of the Gods. If I don't find either of those at Windfall, I'm going to go down to Bomb Isle and the Angular Isles Puzzle Cave. Because those are the only 2 locations that are left, as far as checks go right here. Alright, so first I'm going to go talk to Zunari. And it's a heart container, okay. Alright, now we'll go talk to Maggie, and then afterwards we'll do the somewhat slow Miele quest. Okay, let's actually give this letter to its intended source. There we go. And it's another heart container, okay. Cool, I guess. Unfortunately, that's not necessary. Alright, so I'm gonna play the Sun Song now, and we're gonna see what Miele has to offer us. Alright, so the Miele quest, we basically have to talk to her and then go away, and she's gonna go on this little adventure of hers to try and steal money. This, unfortunately, is not very exciting, but this is a good time for donation reading, if we want to do some of that right now. So if Miele does not give us anything useful, I will first go to the Puzzle Secret Cave. That is on the southern part of the ocean at Angular Isle, and then afterwards I will go to Bomb Isle, because the Puzzle Secret Cave can be done much faster than Bomb Isle can. But also mean that getting the Mirror Shield actually did serve some purpose very early on. Alright, here's Miele. She's finally done her little walk-around island adventure. Okay, looks like everyone on Windfall just has real big hearts here. Alright, well, off to the other locations. The game also did give us bombs, so I'd say that there's about an equal chance we would need to go to Bomb Isle or Puzzle Secret Cave. It's really like just a toss-up. One of these has to have either a pearl or the grapple hook. So while we're sailing over here, we have more time for donations. This cave's also not that interesting, it's just a bunch of block pushing, but we do have a sped up block pulling and pushing animation. There are also some other quality of life changes that I probably could have mentioned earlier, such as only needing to hold B for the really fast text that we get. As well as, like, you know, the swift sail that we mentioned earlier. Earth God's Lyric, okay. I mean, I needed that anyway, but that doesn't instantly give me somewhere that I can go. I'm going to need the... I mean, actually, no, the Earth God's Lyric's not useful, because I don't need to go into Earth Temple. So never mind. So, it looks like we're going to Bomb Isle. I would not be surprised if I'm losing this race right now, considering what has happened so far with me. Well, I guess I did go through a somewhat sizable portion of Dragon Roost Cavern. Is there mail? No. I think there was. So Bomb Isle is a puzzle cave that relies on us waiting for magtails to become vulnerable so we can throw them onto switches, which is why it's, like, really slow. Also, I just realized the power bracelets are not going to be required for this seed, I don't believe. Because usually the power bracelets are only required if you want to go into Earth Temple. This is unfortunately very slow. Can be sped up a very tiny amount with the hookshot, though. So with the hookshot, we can grab onto these torches right here. Get over the ledge. There we go. And then obviously we don't want to hit the magtails into the lava, so I want to make sure I'm facing the center of this place while I'm doing that. Oh, right. Oops. Usually I end up doing this one first. If I don't have the hookshot. Oh, didn't go far enough. Alrighty then. Oh, okay, good. Cave, Maggie's letter, okay. That's another progression item. Should have come here first before going to Windfall. Unfortunately, it seems like this seed has gotten very linear right now. Okay, so this time I'm going to mail Maggie's letter into the mailbox instead of mailing Mo's letter, which I should have given to Maggie. And then I have to activate this series of events to eventually get something from the postman in the cafe. Okay. So I need to go activate this scene between the postman and Maggie's father first. This is what sort of sets up the side quest. Because Maggie's father does not like postmen in her house. Or in their house, I should say. Also, because I turned around right here, the camera is doing something it shouldn't. Just a funny little thing we can do. Alrighty. Back to the outside world. And over to the cafe. I guess there's a chance this could give me the next arrow progression upgrade, because there's some things I can get with that. Or give me the Picto Box, or give me the Grapple Hook, or give me a Pearl, or something like that. I have to watch this cutscene first, though, because it's nighttime. Please give me something. The Wind God's Aria. Okay, I must have skipped something here, because I don't seem to be able to do anything else. What did I miss? Did I miss a chest in Dragon Roost? I'm trying to think. I mean, I have the bait bag that I didn't mark. Did I not get something? I must have just completely skipped something, because that's happened to me before. Okay, well, I guess for right now I'm just going to go into Forbidden Woods, because I know that I can do that. And I can get through a decent portion of it, and I'm going to need to go there anyway, so... But I did miss a progression item somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Got that, got that, got that. Because I don't have the grapple hook. I got all the chests that it's possible for me to get in Dragon Roost. Got the Puzzle Secret Cave, got Grandma's mail. Well, if there was mail, I would realize. I'm fairly certain I got everything on Windfall. Did I just not mark something that I have? I don't think that's the case. Yeah, this is an interesting situation, because now I have to try and figure out what I missed while going through Forbidden Woods. So yeah, technically I would need the grapple hook to get in here normally, but again, we can easily skip that. Okay, we found a Master Sword upgrade. So yeah, again, it's not useless for me to come here, because I'm going to have to anyway at some point. What did I miss? Or what did I mark off that I hadn't actually gotten? Why do I feel like this always happens to me? I always forget something. I'm like terrible at this or something. I don't know, maybe I was talking too much. I'm not going to worry about checking things off here because I know like what I can and can't get. Just trying to think though. I don't have anything in the delivery bag last I checked, except that flower. Unless I didn't get something from storing one of the chests, but that shouldn't be how that works. Okay, this might save me. But I still missed something that I don't know about. Nice. This is gonna be difficult for me to get up to. Actually, I'll go here first because I'm right here anyway. There's a way you can skip the grapple hook here with some precise leaf pumping. I'm likely going to be doing Calidemos without the boomerang anyway. Fall again. Okay, I can get those now, but I'm pretty sure I got all the starting stuff. Pretty sure I got everything at Paw Print. I got the outer chest. No, I'm not leaf pumping early enough. I'm probably gonna feel really stupid once I realize what I forgot. There we go, okay. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna open up the warp pod once I come back from here. fun doing that lately. Just walk over this. Really rupee. I guess this is also... What I'm doing right now is sort of like a skill that you shouldn't need, but is nevertheless important, I guess. Okay, there's our small key. Being able to figure out what you missed when you accidentally checked something you didn't get. I'm going to go up here. I'm gonna open up this so that I can obviously get back here. Just get all the way. I'm gonna do a ledge clip here to get to the bottom. Because normally I'd need the boomerang to do that, but I don't have the boomerang, so that's not happening. I do still have my soup though, so I'll be able to refill magic as necessary. Although there's also some conveniently placed magic right here to my left. Okay, yeah. It's like, am I just like clearly missing something that I have in my inventory but don't realize? I have all 3 pearls. When did I get Nayru's pearl? Okay, that clears things up. Alright, yeah, let's just continue with this. Hello? Alright. What? When did I get that? I have no idea. Anyway, looks like I'll be skipping the one chest here that requires Grapple Hook. I guess it technically doesn't, but I don't know how to get to it without Grapple Hook. Alright, back to Forbidden Woods. Okay, thankfully, we've solved that issue. I seriously do not ever remember getting Nayru's pearl, so... yeah. Nice. Okay. So... I checked one that I shouldn't have checked. Tall room before mini boss. I'm not getting that one. Alright. Because I remember getting Din's Pearl and Furore's Pearl, but I have no recollection of ever getting Nayru's Pearl. Unless it just doesn't show until you save warp? I don't know. Okay, okay. That's something I'll need to look into, I guess. Because this is the second time where I've gotten a pearl and then haven't realized I got the pearl. So yeah. So we've actually been okay this whole time. I haven't forgotten anything, which is really nice. Let's go this way. I'm actually going to go to this room first so I can save warp out of the boomerang room. Why didn't you die? Get rid of these guys because they're annoying. And I can't aim either. Hello. arrows back. And just get rid of those so I don't take damage. Ah, yes, the compass, of course. So yeah, the one chest in this room I can't get. I'm just going to have to hope that it doesn't have anything, because I do not have the grapple hook, so I can't get it right now. Well, I guess if I had the Tingle tuner, I could zombie hover, but I'm not going to do that. I don't have the Tingle tuner anyway. Alright, so this Morthula is going to be real easy. Thanks to us being able to do that. More treasure charts, okay. I know that the tall room before the mini-boss can't have the grapple hook, because it requires the grapple hook to get in there. So, at least I'm safe with that. I know that I can still complete Dragon Roost without having to get that chest. And it requires the grapple hook to get into Forbidden Woods in the first place, which I'm already breaking the logic of. I don't really care about these guys right now. Okay, I only have 9 bombs. This is gonna be a bit scary. Just for safety, I assumed I would hit the top of this. No? Okay, well. I guess I'll use a stick. I don't want to waste any more bombs. And I will save. I think I just did save, but I want to save with the pot open. Or wait, I might want to save again. I don't know if that counted towards the pot being open. I'll save again just to be safe, because I only can miss 5 bombs here. To defeat Kalidemos without the boomerang. I guess I could use the bow, but that's not something I want to actively try. Alright, that's 1. I need to get 4 bomb explosions to hit Kalidemos from the outside. That did not work. Okay, somehow that worked. Okay. That did not work. Just need 1 more hit and then the fight will be over. Alright. I wonder if I was standing too far forward. Anyway, I know that this is guaranteed to give me a Triforce drop, since that's what the dungeon rewards, again, are incentivized as. Alright, now we'll go into Tower of the Gods, though, which was likely the first dungeon we were actually supposed to go into. At least I got my Bomb Isle check out of the way, I guess. It eventually led to the Wind God's Aria. Which isn't technically... I mean, it is required logically, but it's very easy to get around. Also, this opens up another mail slot that we can get from Orca. Or a piece of mail, which hopefully will have something useful. Ouch. Again, though, most of this is out of logic. That is not useful. Alright, anyway. Let's go to Tower of the Gods like we were meant to. I still have absolutely no idea when it is that I got Nayru's Pearl. I'm thinking it was from one of the chests that I stored in the beginning, but Nayru's Pearl, I didn't see it in the menu, but maybe it like doesn't appear until after a save or something? I have no idea. Anyway. I should have noticed that Tower of the Gods was on the overworld, though, from where I was sailing, but I guess I just wasn't paying enough attention. Anyway. 3 bombs. Oh, good thing I'll be able to get another bomb drop soon. Okay, now it's time for Tower of the Gods. I guess having fire arrows is going to speed this up at least a little bit. Actually, I should go to get this chest first. Wait for the water level to lower. And having the Master Sword will make this dungeon slightly faster. Ah, yes. That's what we were supposed to use in Forbidden Woods. Oh well. Okay, there's one small key. There's one small key guaranteed to be at the bottom floor here. Normally we'd use torches with fire on them to light those, but because I have fire arrows, I can simply shoot them. Big key, okay. I'm expecting to find the grapple hook somewhere here. If I get an arrow upgrade, I guess the grapple hook could be anywhere, though. Alright. Compass. Not touch those chews. Nice water. So this chest back here also shouldn't take too long because, again, I have fire arrows and I have the leaf. Normally you have to wait for a water cycle while you go in there, but I won't have to do that because what it's supposed to be is you're supposed to hop across some boxes with a torch when the water level rises. But fire arrows break that, so I won't have to do that. You can sometimes get lucky and use logic to determine that there's actually a small key here. Also doesn't matter how much magic I use, because I'll be save warping afterwards anyway. And whenever we save warp in the randomizer, our magic gets refilled. Similarly to how our hearts get returned to at least 3 if we have less than that. The second small key, okay. So I could have skipped that because I'm not going to use the first small key, but again, just wanted to check it to be sure. The game also says that I can't complete the Tower of the Gods right now, and it thinks that because I don't have the command melody, but thankfully it's not very hard to get around skipping the command melody here. Right, thankfully I can get another bomb drop now also. And again, I'm going to do a ledge clip here to skip over the first floor. And that's what allows us to skip the small key. Normally we need to bring a specific statue over, or 2 statues actually, by the game's logic, to part the water and make our way to the second floor. But because we can just clip through right there and then use the leaf out of bounds, that's not necessary. There is a Tingle chest in this room, but Tingle chests are not considered to be in randomizer logic, so it will not be necessary for us to get that. If I get the grapple hook here, I'll probably detour back to Dragon Roost to get what I need. or not get what I need, but complete Dragon Roost Cavern for the Triforce Shard, and then come back to Tower of the Gods to complete it. So this next room, I'm going to... Or no, I won't need the Wind Waker. That's the second version of this room. In this room, I'm just going to need bombs. I should be able to get a bomb refill from these Armos once they die. I'll do that after the chest spawns. This is the first chest guarded by Armos Knights. Ah, okay, that's useful. Yeah, 26 bombs. There we go, we're good now. So as far as checks go now, we're on the hunt for the last Master Sword upgrade and last bow upgrade. Once we get those, we can sort of go mode all of the temples, which basically means that I can just go through them to the end as fast as I possibly can. Which, I mean, I can only really do that for Wind Temple now, because I've already beaten Forbidden Woods. I only need to fight the boss in Dragon Roost Cavern, and I already have the boss key. And then I can do it for Wind Temple, though. Because it's possible to skip a significant portion of Wind Temple with just chest storage. Haven't done it in a while, but it was never too difficult when I did do it, so I don't expect it to be that difficult. So this is the stone tablet check. Okay, that is a vanilla command melody location. That's... Alright. I was not expecting that, but I'll take it. I need the command melody anyway for Wind Temple. Alright. So because I have the bow, I can shoot this eye earlier than I'd normally be able to. Also get rid of that bubble. So in this room, we'd normally need the command melody, which I do have, but it's faster to just skip using it. Line up on the edge right here. I always pause to make sure that I stop holding the controller at the proper time. And there we go. You are in the way, so I will need to get rid of you. With you. Thankfully, that Dark Nut is very easy with the Master Sword. Oh boy, another empty bottle. Alright, well that means that I can actually duplicate my soup now. Alright. I want to get rid of at least one bubble. So I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna get rid of this guy also. Just to be sure we don't accidentally fall into the void or something. Alright, so I believe I know I have the boss key and I think the compass. Let me check on my inventory screen. So, the next 4 locations that we check, I don't know what's going to be in them since I also have the, or since I have both small keys of the dungeon now. More magic. This is the one that requires the Wind Waker, because I have to play the Wind's Requiem here. Vanity. Can't do much with that until I have the Skull Hammer. So if I find the Skull Hammer, then I'll need to use that. Actually, I need to find the Skull Hammer anyway to go into Wind Temple. Or, well, no. I guess I could use door storage to get into Wind Temple. Kind of makes me a bit uncomfortable, though, because I've never done that, but it should be possible. Alright, there's the map. Is hard. Alright. Nope, tomorrow. Yeah, so that means that I can get another piece of mail. Actually, that's the last piece of mail that could be required. I won't have to worry about these other ones, because they're part of requirements that I won't have to go through. Because one requires beating Forsaken Fortress, and the other requires beating Earth Temple, which are not going to be required in this seed. Alright, so to skip the command melody here, I'm actually going to be grabbing onto the top of this statue over here. And then, using the leaf, I can just fly back over and the statue will naturally follow me. I want to be able to get over to this Wizrobe as fast as possible. Alright, because I can kill him and get past his attack if I move quickly enough. Statue's in a very awkward location right there. Nice. Probably just going to throw the third statue directly on here. Can save a very small amount of time by going on here and then throwing the third statue on. But, oh well. Side hopping is very slightly faster than walking if you're holding an item above your head. Okay. Interestingly, I still don't have the Picto Box yet. The Picto Box and the Deluxe Picto Box are short side quest items that can be used for lots of stuff on Windfall. Interesting jump. Iron boots. Okay. So So yeah, I could actually chest storage my way into Wind Temple now. But if I need to go to the cabana, the hammer is going to be required anyway. Godin's gonna have Triforce shards, so I already know about that. I did not get the grapple hook, interestingly enough. Anywhere here. That is the hook shot, that is not the bow. By rolling under Godin, we can cancel the attack that he tries to do, because I guess Godin doesn't want to shoot directly under himself. Hopefully the hands won't randomly respawn on me, but that one did. Oh, dang. Early shot. Or not early, late shot. You can sometimes get 3 or even 4 shots in on Godin before he tries to attack you if you're quick enough, and if his head pattern is nice enough. Because if he's moving around quickly, you won't be able to do that. It looks like I am going to need a snot arrow, though. Yeah. This is going to respawn the hands, but I'll still be able to hit Godin anyway. So I just have to hope that they don't get in the way. Alright, there we go. Yes, that was good. Alright. So I will have to find the skull hammer and the grapple hook still somewhere. Where do we want to go to next? I guess it would make the most sense to go to Windfall, since that's where we can check the most stuff. I could do door storage to go into Wind Temple. And then just complete Wind Temple. Because I can do everything in Wind Temple. Oh, I forgot I can't side hop that. Because I don't need the Skull Hammer in Wind Temple for anything, I just need it to get into Wind Temple. Yeah, so I guess that's just what we're gonna do. Let's have some fun with door storage, shall we? After we do this stuff, though. Creep and Transparent Chest. Unless they happen to give us the Skull Hammer, in which case we'll just make our happy way off to Wind Temple. It doesn't matter how I get up there. I could use the hookshot to get up there slightly faster, but I'd probably just mess that up. Alright. So with a fire arrow, we can shoot the lighthouse here to make the torch on the inside light up. Wasn't a good shot. You can do it from the outside, but obviously you're meant to shoot through the middle of it. So we'll mark both these off because that's what we're getting next. And side hop jump slash there. Also, I forgot about my mail that I'm supposed to mail. Let's do that also. I'm going to have to transition from day to night, though, to make that happen, so that'll require 2 Song of Passings. Power bracelets, those are not useful. Guess they'll make some things faster, but again, not very useful. Alright, I'm actually gonna do this now. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure this requires going from day to night. I can only also get the transparent chest during night, so it doesn't really matter that I do this now. Alright. Give me my letter. Ah, okay. That actually opens up more stuff that we can do. I will have to change it to daytime, though, for the pick-the-box stuff. Nice. I'm good at aiming. There's a third bottle. Alright, so the first step with this Pixobox, yes, English. The first step with this Pictobox quest is I have to go and become Lenzo's friend or assistant or something. Which I do just by talking to him right here, because now we share our love of the Pictobox with each other. And now the door at the top of his house gets unlocked. If one of these gives me the deluxe Pictobox, then we'll be done with Windfall, like, for good. This is a very bad wind direction. Oh, nice. Actually going to have to play the Wind's Requiem to change the wind direction. Get these two chests. Alright, there's the last Master Sword upgrade. There's the bigger wallet. So now the only thing we're looking for are the light arrows. And I still don't have the grapple hook. Why do I not have the grapple hook? Alright, anyway. Now we're gonna take a picture of these two lovebirds. And we show them to some gossip girls who realize that gossiping is wrong and should not happen. I agree. This is Pompey and Vera. I'm gonna need to change it to daytime though for this to work. And if they happen to give me the deluxe Pictobox, then we're gonna go over and snap a picture of my Neko and give it to her, because she's egotistical, I guess. And we have to talk to these gossip girls twice, though. Alright, what do they have to give us? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Wait, I still need the grapple hook. Where is the grapple hook? Okay. Okay, well, this means I definitely don't need the skull hammer, so I'll be using door storage here to get into Wind Temple. Actually, no, wait. The Actually, no, okay. I'm gonna go throughout the overworld to try and... Oh, wait, no, the grapple hook can be in Wind Temple. Yeah, okay, that's correct. So I'm gonna go into Wind Temple. Okay. I'm very confused about the logic right here. Anyway. Hello, King of Red Lions. Give me your text. Alright, world is black now. Thankfully, I can still kind of see. Oops. Okay. And I need to be going north, roughly. Alright. traveling kind of in the right direction. Okay. So this means that the only thing I need to actually complete the game now are the grapple hook and the last few Triforce segments. Wait, could the oh my god, the grapple hook could be in the light arrow chest, I just realized. That would be a really weird scene. Oh man, I am seriously hoping grapple hook is in the light arrow chest now. Okay. Alright. Oh wait. Get around the King of Red Lions here. Okay, so we're gonna need the iron boots. I'm looking at my position on the map. Okay. Yeah, so there's this tunnel blocking us, but we can get through it since we basically lose all of our collision with door storage. And I know that the grapple hook can't be in the cabana now, because you're required to get the grapple hook to go in there, so I don't need to worry about those. But the grapple hook could still be in Wind Temple somewhere. So I will have to check all of these Wind Temple chests. Get some magic also. Get rid of this guy. So yeah, I have no idea where the Skull Hammer is. Hopefully I won't find it, because it's not necessary. If I'm lucky, the grapple hook will just be somewhere here in the temple. And then I can just clear Wind Temple as fast as I possibly can. Is this enough magic? Yeah, it should be. Okay. Yeah, I still need the grapple hook because I can't defeat Goma otherwise. That would actually be... that would be such an interesting seed if the grapple hook was in the light arrow chest. I really want that to happen, just so that we'd actually have a seed where we'd need to go into Hyrule and then come back out of Hyrule. Wait, no, that can't happen. I keep on overthinking this. That can't happen because I need all the Triforce pieces to get down to Hyrule, so the grapple hook cannot be in Hyrule. It is still funny to think about, though. But never mind. Disregard all of that I just said. Okay. So Makar doesn't get captured in the randomizer. So we can just take him and go get the boss key chest immediately, pretty much. There's also a chest over here that we can get. Oh, nice. That got delayed because of the camera. Okay, there's a key. This temple has 2 small keys, but we only need one of them. Oh, I could have side hopped there. I thought I was going to be targeting the P-head. Sometimes that Floor Master can be in a dumb location, where he'll end up just grabbing you immediately. Nice rupee. So yeah, how fast I finish this seed is going to depend on when I can find the grapple hook, really. Which, if it's not in Wind Temple, I'm gonna pretty much just be searching the overworld until I find it. Because there are 3 locations I'm thinking it has the potential to be. Also, I'm gonna use Super Glitch here to get more magic, so that I can just shoot all these guys with light arrows, and I'll need more magic in the next rooms anyway. Okay, well, it looks like I used half my soup. Kind of meant to put another bottle over there, but oh well. Get over here. I got that orb because I wanted more arrows. Yes, 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 ha 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 ha. Alright. Let us full clear this place. Yeah, I'll open up the bottom and get chest storage. Alright, excellent. This is very good. I enjoy this. Ouch. Alright, so I don't need to get that chest. I don't need to get any other chests, actually. I didn't get the boss key right now. Okay. Would be funny if the chest that I stored happened to have the boss key. Oh, I already have iron boots on. Yeah, so there's a chest down here on the left, which we can store. To actually get storage, I'm going to be doing this technique I have not done in a very long time, where we climb up the edge of this right here. And then fall off of it. Also, yes, I will want that magic. Alright. It's oddly quiet in here right now. Alright, so I'm going to be doing my ledge clip right here. Alright. And thankfully I'd already found a small key before this also, so I can just use it here. Okay. Nice. We also got some muted sound effects, it seems. Get off that. Alright, so right here, this room is a bit scary. But if it goes correctly, I should not have to worry. Alright. And then obviously we don't want to be captured by the hand. Alright, I have to make extra sure that I don't fall into here. Okay. And I can just climb up this, fall down behind it. More magic. Very slowly walk into here. Alright. Cool. Oh, nice. The chest that I stored had rupees. We can hear by the rupee sound effect. Alright, time for the Mulgara fight. So we do have to snipe the tongue, or we do have to use the hookshot on the tongue 4 times to finish the battle, regardless of how much damage we actually do to the tongue. But we can sort of snipe the tongue out of the air here if my aim and timing is good enough. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Okay. Let's one. Okay, I didn't get the second one. There's a very weird shot you can get there the second time. Otherwise, I'll just have to do another air snipe. I don't know what the timing there, or I don't know how the timing there, like, I don't know if it was too early or too late. It's okay, though, it doesn't take very long for Mulgera to appear again. It also means I made a good decision not getting that one chest in Forbidden Woods, because it was not necessary. Okay, I'm gonna have to make sure I don't land in the center there while I'm getting the Triforce piece. That would be bad. Wait, can I use the boomerang to get it, actually? I'm curious. Alright, good. Alright, yeah, so now we just gotta go beat Goma, and then we'll be good to go down to Hyrule, so... This is going to be a sub-2 hour seed. And I saved time by getting pushed right there. Alright. I also managed to skip needing the Skull Hammer, which is nice. Because the Skull Hammer technically is a required item. Needed to get into the Wind Temple. But with door storage, I was able to nicely skip that. And I should have gone to the right there so I could hookshot the mailbox, but well. Would have been faster to hookshot the mailbox from the chest. Or excuse me, from the chest. From the King of Red Lions. Alright. So the reason everything's suddenly calm here is because of the fact that we have Din's Pearl. That's the trigger for making this place look normal. Relatively, at least. Alright. Using warp pods, we can very swiftly get back to the room right here that we need to get to. Even if I didn't have the boss key, this wouldn't be an issue because there's a very easy boss key skip we can do with the roll clip. Alright, so a fight's gonna start right away because no cutscenes. This fight's pretty slow-paced, though. Not very much we can do to speed it up. Also going to use the shields to make sure I don't take any damage from potentially falling rocks. Please don't hit me. Okay. So I want to get behind Goma now, so that once I swing on the last cycle here, I'll land right in front of her for the next one. Don't hit me! Okay. There's probably some way I could one-cycle this right now, but I'm not too familiar with what it might be. Just do 2 cycles. Okay. So that will give us that, and we can then go down to Hyrule. Can't get the Triforce pieces without, like, side hopping over them or above them or something. Alright. We are a go mode for Hyrule, which means this should be about a 151, I think. It's about 10 minutes from getting the last Triforce shard to beating the game. Or a little less than 10 minutes, perhaps. Guess it kind of depends on how good my Puppet Ganon fight is or isn't. There we go. Alright, so thankfully Maze Chest is not required. So let's go to Tower of the Gods. I find it pretty funny if I win this race. Linkus currently hasn't finished, at least in the IRC channel, so... If he does finish sometime within the next 10 minutes, we'll be less than that amount of time apart. I also made that 2-minute mistake in the beginning, which may cost me the race. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so now that we're in Hyrule, we pretty much just go as fast as we can to the end of the game. We will not have to do the trials. The trials door will just be open. Mainly because, like, the experienced players of this game know how to do trial skip, so we wouldn't have to do the trials anyway. So they just, to make it more accessible to casual players, the trials door is just set to be open. Or, well, it's an option in the randomizer settings that you can check or uncheck, but it doesn't really matter to me, because if it was checked, I would just be doing trial skip. So it should be a close race either way. Magic here. I will be needing to shoot Phantom Ganon with a light arrow, so I can progress through the next part of Ganon's tower. Should have sidled into the door right there, but oh well. The RNG spawn. Yeah, so Phantom Ganon spawns in the circle. The one that spawns behind you is always the real one. So I need to just turn around to shoot a light arrow. Okay. good targeting right there and lineup, you can hit both of those guys with one light arrow shot. I missed. Alright. More arrows, please. Thank you. Just a shot over here. Alright, so into the Puppet Ganon fight. Once again, no cutscenes, so fight's gonna start right away. Got one shot. Oh, I missed. Two shots. Oh. Oh, really? Alright. Ouch. Alright. That was alright. Could have been a bit better. The first phase is definitely the hardest one, so these next phases should go by pretty consistently. There's a very precise shot I can hit in this second phase to save about 15 seconds, so hopefully I'll be able to get that. And I have enough magic to do it. Once Puppet Ganon drops this first time, I'm going to attempt a crit shot. Ah, okay, I missed it, unfortunately. As Puppet Ganon is spinning around there, I can get in a second shot. Okay, only a single magic drop. I'll go for it again, I guess. I don't have it practiced very well. Without gyro aiming. It's much easier, in my opinion, with the gyro aiming than the HD version offers. But because this is based off of the GameCube version, there is no gyro aiming here. Oh, what the heck? That was a weird movement pattern. Alright. Tried to go for a quick snipe. Didn't get it. Let's see here. Alright. One more shot. Once Puppet Ganon hits the wall 3 times, he always aims right for you. Okay, so I will be done within the next 3 minutes, roughly. So, if Linkus finishes before then, this is a very close race. Let's see what happens. Guess it doesn't matter then that I didn't get soup glitch that one time, because I'll just use the rest of my soup now for the Ganondorf fight. Because since soup gives me the ability to do double damage, I will be able to defeat Ganondorf easily in one cycle through all of his 3 phases. Or his first 2 phases at least. The 3rd phase is always a single cycle. Okay, so let's see with that and soup. 1, 2, 3. This is faster than climbing with the grapple hook up here. Yeah, whatever. Let's get the leaf out. Wait, no. Don't do that. Okay, never mind. I meant to drink the soup first. That is a mistake on my part. Alright, let's try this again. I don't know why I went back there, though. This isn't HD. Ah, okay. Hook shot. Alright. Here we go. Final fight. So, thankfully for this first phase, I can just do some hits. And then, by getting damaged by the barrier right there, I give myself invincibility to not get hit by Ganondorf. Because that barrier actually does not do any damage when we hit it, it just knocks us back and makes us invincible. Nice, I got really good RNG on the second phase. 3 quick spins, and that's it for that phase. just talk to Zelda. No. She did not want to shoot her light arrow fast enough. Let's try this again. There you go, Zelda. Okay. Alright, looks like I am the winner here at about a 151.36. Alright, so we had a bit of a rocky start, but I think I was able to pull it together in the end for the most part, so I hope that the Games Committee considers this submission as being something that could be included at SGDQ this year. I think it would be a very interesting race to have between me and Linkus. So yeah, thank you for watching.